What's up, everybody? Tasha checking in with another video, and this is going to be none other than my first reaction video. Okay, yay! We are going to react, unfortunately, to a sad story. I'm happy that I'm finally able to come out and do a reaction video with you all, but unfortunately, we are reacting our first video to a sad story of the young woman named Mahogany Jackson. Now, some of you all may have heard about this story back in because she passed back in 2024, February 26th, but it came across my YouTube channel page. And so I said, we're going to go ahead and react. If this is your first time joining me, go ahead and like this video, comment in the comment section, and most importantly, subscribe to the Redefine Me channel. Okay. Now, this is going to be something that I do on Thursdays and on Fridays. Thursdays is going to be true crime. Fridays is going to be body cam reaction videos. So if you do like those things, go ahead and subscribe. I also review, right now I only review Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup, but I will be adding some more shows to review. And I also do a bunch of different shorts. This is a lifestyle channel. So if you like those type of things, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We are almost at 1K subscribers. So excited about that, okay? And so we are going to dive into this story, and I'm going to give you all what I have. So before we get into watching the video, I wanted to give you all a quick little background on who Mahogany Jackson is. So Mahogany Jackson was a 20-year-old woman found shot dead in the woods in Bessemer, Alabama, okay, on February 26, 2004. Her murder was especially horrendous because her captors allegedly recorded portions of her assault and murder and shared them on social media. Okay, 8 people have been charged with capital murder in the case, and prosecutors are seeking the death penalty. Just a sad, sad story, everybody, and we're going to get into it. So, because I'm new to the reaction video game, I do not know how to pause it while it's playing. So, a lot of the times the video is going to keep playing and I'm not going to say anything. And then, if I need to jump in at a certain point, I'm going to pause the video in a way that may be different from what you're normally seeing with reaction videos. Okay. A little bit more background. The crime and investigation, kidnapping and assault. Before she was killed, Jackson reportedly sent a text to her mother, Gail Maddox Trotter, stating she was being held hostage in an apartment. Video evidence. Authorities say the suspects videotaped Jackson's assault and shared the footage online, describing the crime as deliberate and sickening. Deplorable, I'm sorry, and sickening. The suspects, all 8 suspects, were reportedly acquaintances of Jackson. And this is why you got to be careful. And if I hear my air conditioner in the back, sorry. You have to be careful about who it is that you call your friend. Because everybody that say that your friend is not your friend. These are people that she apparently knew. Okay, same thing that happened with the other woman that went to Cabo and her friends unalived her. All right, and so we are going to go ahead and I'm going to show you all a few pictures of Mahogany Jackson just to show you who she is. Okay, this is the young woman here, very pretty woman. Okay, that is Mahogany Jackson. I'm going to show you all what I just read. This is a statement, okay, that she had texted her mother. It says Mahogany Jackson texted her mother saying she was being kidnapped. Hours later, she was found shot in the back of the head. Okay. I have another picture of the suspects. Now, these are supposed to be her friends. These are the 8 suspects in connection with her death, supposed to be this woman's friends. Okay. And so this is why I always caution people, make sure, you never know who's going to do what. People say they're your friends, but you just never know. But these are the suspects in connection to her death. And again, we are discussing Mahogany Jackson. Okay. Now we are about to get into this reaction video. And like I said, there are going to be parts of the video that I am not going to be able to pause. So I'm going to share my screen with you all, and we're going to watch this reaction video, and then we are going to discuss some of the reaction video. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's get into it. Hold on, y'all. I apologize. Like I said, I'm new to this. So let me share my screen and then we're gonna get into it, okay?
From our head, but never our heart. Never our heart. Mahogany, we love you. Please be with us, God, as we release these balloons as a token of our love for her. Letting go, but yet holding on. We love you. Love can keep us together. Think about those precious moments. Think about those precious times that we've had. Nothing can destroy that. And for this, we say thank you. We release these balloons on the count of three as a token of our love. 1, 2, 3. Long live Mahogany. We love you. We love you. We love you.
An update on a case that shocked all of us. Mahogany Jackson, a young Birmingham woman who was tortured earlier this year, some of the abuse even recorded. Well, tonight, charges on 5 suspects in this case have been upgraded to capital murder. We're now talking to Jackson's mother about how she's coping as she seeks justice for her daughter.
Your reporter, Bria Chapman, live at 5 with us after speaking to her mom and the Jefferson County District Attorney today, Bria.
Yeah, that's right, Jonathan. It's a really sad story. Now, all 8 suspects in this case are facing capital murder charges, and that's something Mahogany Jackson's mom tells me they deserve, and that she will be there every step of the way to make sure justice is served for her daughter.
You contributed to what ended up with my child being gone. Like, she's gone. She's never coming back. And that is so hard for me. It's so hard, you know.
Court records show 20-year-old Mahogany Jackson was kidnapped and brutally murdered, while many of the suspects participated and recorded the attacks for over 24 hours. It's something mom Gail Shearer struggles with 8 months later, knowing there was nothing she could do to save her baby.
I'll get sad thinking about, you know, how much life she still had ahead of her. That's gone. There's nothing I can do about it. It's nothing I can do about it. You know, I used to say to my kids all the time, you know, hey, whatever issue you got, come to me, I'll help you with it. I can't fix this. There's nothing that I can do to fix what happened to my daughter.
Mahogany did reach out to family, calling them for help during the abuse. Now her family is still struggling because they couldn't help her. But Shearer says she's concerned about Mahogany's 4-year-old Nadia.
When I try to tell her, you know, your mom's an angel, nope. You told me she was asleep. My mom is sleeping.
But she knows one day she will have to explain to her what really happened.
When I have to play videos of my daughter for my granddaughter, just so that she can see her mom alive, you know what I'm saying? That's heartbreaking. My granddaughter is going to grow up and not get to see her mom again. I'm never going to see my daughter again. It's not right.
Even with upgraded charges, Jefferson County District Attorney Danny Carr says this will still be a long road to justice.
You know, we have to figure out a calendar, trial dates, whether they'll be tried together, whether they'll be tried separate. There are laws that dictate that as well.
Yeah, Shearer tells me, though, she does not care. No matter how long it takes, she says she will be at every court case, and she's going to work to make sure that no other family has to endure the pain that they've experienced.
Imagine this. You're just 20 years old, a young mother, a daughter, a friend. You think you're meeting people you once trusted, only to be betrayed, tortured, and killed, and the entire thing is caught on camera. This is the brutal, heartbreaking story of Mahogany Jackson, a woman from Birmingham, Alabama, whose final hours were marked by pain, betrayal, and unimaginable cruelty. On February 25th, 2024, Mahogany's final text to her mother read, "I've been kidnapped. Send help. Don't call." It was a kind of message every parent dreads, desperate, vague, but urgent. Her location was sent. But by the time help arrived, it was already too late. Mahogany was tortured for hours, beaten, violated, humiliated, all by a group of people she once knew, people she had trusted. They laughed. They recorded her suffering. Some even posted clips online. It was sadistic, it was calculated, and it was shared with the world. Her body was later found at an illegal dump site beneath two old mattresses. Shot in the head, abandoned like trash. This is a story of a life taken too soon, of evil hidden in plain sight, and of justice still being fought for. This is the horrifying case of Mahogany Jackson, and you won't believe what investigators uncovered next.
Now, I'm going to pause right there. Now, as y'all see, we're getting into this story, okay? Welcome everybody to the live. If it's your first time joining me, go ahead and like this video, comment in the comment section, and subscribe to the channel. Now, what kind of friends are you supposed to be? They torture her for hours and then put her body under some mattresses. Just ridiculous. She has a daughter that's never going to know her. It just, this is a heinous, horrible story. Now, I'm not going to keep interrupting. I'm going to let us watch it and then I'm going to respond to it. But I just had to pause when they showed the mattresses of them hiding her under the mattresses. That's just horrible to me. But let's get back into this story.
Welcome to True Crime Diaries, where we uncover shocking cases, unsolved mysteries, and the darkest corners of real life crime. From headline making events to hidden investigation details, we break it all down so you can understand what really happened. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button. Where are you watching from? Drop your location and thoughts in the comments. Your voice matters. These are real people, real tragedies, and real lessons we can't afford to ignore. Share this video with someone you care about. It might change a life or save one. Let's begin. Mahogany Jackson, a 20-year-old mother from Jasper, Alabama, lived in Birmingham as she worked on rebuilding her life for her young daughter. Her family remembers her as generous and kind. She often shared meals with neighbors in need and determined to finish cosmetology school so she could support her 3-year-old daughter, Nydia. In December 2023, Mahogany told her mother, "I'm 20 and I'm ready to get my life in order," as she distanced herself from troublesome friendships. On the night of February 24th through February 25th, 2024, Mahogany confronted a man she believed had her stolen gun. That interaction escalated when she threatened him with the gun, prompting anger and retaliation from people she knew. Within hours, she had been kidnapped by a group of acquaintances. Over the next night, she was moved across multiple locations in Birmingham, tortured and sexually assaulted while captors filmed parts of the ordeal. Those graphic videos later became key evidence for investigators. As the hours passed, Mahogany secretly sent a desperate message to her mother around 7:30 a.m. on February 25th, sharing her location at Serenity Apartments and saying she was being held hostage, but warned, "Don't call." That call for help triggered a missing person investigation, though by the time police reached the apartment, Mahogany had already been moved from the scene. At approximately 2:19 a.m. on February 26th, a civilian witness spotted Mahogany's body at the side of a road near 17th Street Southwest and Laurel Avenue in southwest Birmingham. She had received a fatal gunshot wound to the back of her head. Fire and rescue personnel pronounced her dead at the scene. The location was approximately 2.5 miles from the apartment where she claimed to be held, underscoring how she had been transported across multiple scenes before being killed. Within 48 hours of discovery, Birmingham police arrested 7, then later an 8th suspect in connection with Mahogany's kidnapping, assault, and murder. Among them are Brandon Pope, Francis Harris, and Jeremiah McDowell, charged with capital murder in both kidnapping and sexual assault. while others face felony and now capital murder charges, including kidnapping, sodomy, and assault.
Mm.
Authorities described the case as among the most heinous, sickening, and depraved they'd encountered. Prosecutors later announced plans to seek the death penalty for all 8 suspects.
So they did the most vile, heinous things to this woman. Okay, as y'all can see, they said they did sodomy. They sexually assaulted her. If you see the guys that they show, their eyes, and the eyes is a window to the soul. You can see everything from someone's eyes. Their eyes look wicked. I could not imagine what she endured, tortured by people that she knew for hours. Just ridiculous and horrible. Just horrible. Just horrible. This is a really heinous story. Okay, let's get back into the video.
Mahogany Jackson arrived at the home of 24-year-old Brandon Pope on the night of February 24th, 2024, to confront him over a gun she believed he had stolen from her. Police testimony reveals she took a firearm from another acquaintance, Jeremiah McDowell, and pointed it at Pope, demanding he strip to
Look at the
prove he did
dude
not
eye.
possess it. That confrontation triggered outrage, prompting Pope's associates to retaliate and plan her abduction following that incident. Pope reportedly told the group, "She made me strip, do something to her," according to Detective Mark Green's witness testimony. Jackson was then seized by a group of 8 people she knew. During the initial phase of the assault at Pope's house, she was stripped naked, handcuffed, beaten, spat upon, dragged by her hair, and punched and kicked repeatedly. One defendant even struck her in the head using a baseball. Found nearby evidence presented in court included 5 videos, each about 5 minutes long, depicting Jackson's ordeal. One video showed the abuse at Pope's residence, while the remaining 4 were filmed at an apartment at Serenity Apartments. There, she endured further assault, pistol whipping, forced into sexual acts at gunpoint, and repeatedly degraded by multiple members of the group. Detective Green described that Jackson was handcuffed and forced into these acts while the perpetrators filmed the entire ordeal. Video testimony also revealed Jackson repeatedly begged for mercy, expressing, "You had won. Let me go." But the captors ignored her pleas. At the apartment, one member ordered her to perform oral sex, with another saying she needed to hurry because someone else was waiting. She was clearly under complete control and unable to escape at any point. During the early morning hours of February 25th, Mahogany managed to send a text message to her mother. "I've been kidnapped. Send help. Don't call." She also shared her location at Serenity Apartments. The police treated this as a missing persons case and immediately searched the area, but Mahogany had already been moved. Captors found her unlocked code and forced access to her phone, stripping any chance of further contact. Meanwhile, the violence continued, captured in appalling detail and later described by investigators as deplorable and sickening. During the first hours after a kidnapping, Mahogany Jackson endured extreme physical and sexual abuse. At Brandon Pope's home, she was stripped naked, handcuffed, beaten with fists and objects, including a baseball bat, spat upon, and violently dragged across the room by her hair. One suspect reportedly shouted, "Put her in the trunk," while stomping and striking her relentlessly. She was then transported to an apartment at Serenity Apartments shared by 2 suspects. There, surveillance and victim recorded videos showed Jackson, still naked and handcuffed, being pistol whipped, slapped, spat on, and forced into sexual acts at gunpoint by multiple attackers. One victim in the video can be heard ordering her to hurry up because she had another one waiting, and another directed her to clean herself up in a bathroom before they began preparing to leave. Investigators collected 8 video files capturing different stages of her assault. In total, a combination of court testimony and evidence described at least 5 distinct videos documenting hours of abuse across multiple settings. Officials described the recorded content as among the most deplorable, heinous, and unbearable material they had ever reviewed. Despite the brutality, Jackson continuously begged for mercy. She repeatedly said, "You had won. Let me go." But the assailants continued, indifferent to her pleas. One attacker declared just before her execution, "She ain't going nowhere," a chilling final statement before the group moved her to the site where she was shot. In the early hours of February 26, 2024, Mahogany Jackson's body was discovered lie beside a remote road in southwest Birmingham, beneath two discarded mattresses. A civilian passing by alerted authorities around 2:19 a.m., prompting Birmingham Fire and Rescue to pronounce her dead at the scene. A medical examiner later confirmed she died from a single gunshot wound to the back of her head. According to court testimony and police reports, investigators believe Frances Harris fired the fatal shot, while three others were in the vehicle. The scene, later referred to by some as Dead Man's Row, lies roughly 2.5 miles from Serenity Apartments, where she had been held hostage. District Attorney Danny Carr and Detective Mark Green described the crime as one of the most savage cases they had encountered. The shooting occurred after hours of physical and sexual violence, much of which was recorded by the perpetrators and later used as pivotal evidence in court. At preliminary hearings, prosecutors confirmed that Mahogany had been moved through multiple locations during her captivity. The autopsy confirmed the projectile consistent with a gun found among several recovered weapons. While no motive was publicly disclosed, the group's decision to abduct and record the assault followed her attempt to confront them over the stolen firearm. Following her death, authorities arrested 8 individuals connected to the crime within about 48 hours. The suspects, 3 men initially charged with capital murder for.
Now it seems like, okay, it seems like Mahogany was living some type of lifestyle, right? Because what I'm hearing is that she was confronting them about a stolen pow pow, okay? A stolen weapon. And so apparently they probably wanted to do something to her because she was confronting them about this said weapon. So it seems that she was living some type of reckless lifestyle. But she had told her mom she wanted to get herself together, get her life together. She had a 3-year-old daughter. And so she seemed like she was trying to get on the right path. Okay. But let's get further into the video and I'll give you my thoughts in a moment.
Kidnapping and sexual assault remain held without bond. The remaining 5, Giovanni Clapp, 24, Blair Green, 26, Sinai McCall, 24, Taja Lewis, 26, and Ariana Lachey Robinson, 23, initially faced felony murder charges. However, the September 2024 grand jury upgraded all of their charges to capital murder, and 2 of them are also accused of second-degree assault causing injury. Investigators revealed that video footage filmed by the suspects themselves provided key evidence. This footage depicted the assault in real time and was later described by police as among the most heinous they had reviewed. Prosecutors emphasized that these videos played a pivotal role in building their case. At their initial appearances, all 8 suspects pleaded not guilty to the capital murder charges. They were denied bond and remain held at Jefferson County Jail without release. In December 2024, prosecutors formally announced their intent to seek the death penalty for all defendants. District Attorney Danny Carr called the crime an absolutely merciless act and promised that justice will be pursued to the fullest extent of the law. After Mahogany Jackson's body was discovered on February 26, 2024, her family, friends, and local residents in Birmingham began to organize events honoring her life and seeking justice. A candlelit vigil and balloon release were held at Serenity Apartments on February 29, 2024, and later another gathering marked the 1-year anniversary on February 25th, 2025, where family members wrote heartfelt messages on pink balloons before releasing them skyward. The event underlined the enduring grief and love her mother expressed. I think about her every single day. I would just hug her, tell her how much I love her. In September 2024, a grand jury in Jefferson County upgraded all 8 suspects from their initial felony charges to capital murder, a move supported by prosecutors, citing the severity of the crimes. In mid-December, the Jefferson County District Attorney formally announced plans to seek the death penalty against all 8 defendants, describing the case as especially heinous, atrocious, or cruel, a designation that makes it eligible under Alabama's capital punishment laws. Thurman called the events deplorable and sickening, and declared it one of the most heinous acts I've seen in my career. As of mid-2025, no defendant has yet been convicted. Pre-trial proceedings continue with the state pursuing maximum punishment. The family, meanwhile, continues to advocate for closure, remembrance, and accountability. with the words "Justice for Mahogany" serving as both rallying cry and memorial. Even after a tragic death, Mahogany Jackson's story continues to resonate deeply, serving as both a heartbreaking emblem of loss and a call for accountability. Police officials, including Chief Scott Thurmond, have called the evidence, much of it filmed by the perpetrators themselves, deplorable and sickening, and highlighted that the case ranks among the worst they have encountered.
The Birmingham Police Department officers began investigating the missing persons case of 20-year-old Mahogany Jackson. Mahogany sent a text message to a family member that she had been kidnapped. Early the following day, officers and detectives discovered Mahogany's body in the 1700 block of Laurel Avenue. Investigators determined that she had been shot. With assistance from the community, detectives were not only able to locate Mahogany Jackson's body, but detectives took 7 suspects responsible for Mahogany's murder into custody within 48 hours of this investigation. On Wednesday, February 28, 2024, detectives were able to obtain arrest warrants for the following suspects. Giovanni Clapp, black female, 23 years of age. She's charged with felony murder, kidnapping first degree, sodomy first degree, and assault second with injury. Blair Green, black male, 25 years of age of Birmingham, is charged with felony murder, kidnapping first degree.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear the first charge? The girl was Giovanni Clapp. That was the first charge. She was part of her conviction or her charges was sodomy. Just disgusting and heinous at what they did to this girl. Let's get back to the video.
First degree. Tasia Lewis, black female, 25 years of age of Birmingham, is charged with felony murder, assault second, injury with a weapon. Francis Harris, black male, 25 years of age of Birmingham, Alabama, is charged with capital murder, sodomy first degree, capital murder, and kidnapping first. Sanaya McCall, black female, 23 years of age of Bessemer, Alabama, is charged with felony murder, kidnapping first, and sodomy first. Jeremiah McDowell, black male, 18 years of age of Bessemer, Alabama, is charged with capital murder, sodomy first, and capital murder with kidnapping first. Brandon Pope, black male, 24 years of age of Birmingham, Alabama, is charged with capital murder, kidnapping first, and capital murder with sodomy first. The facts of this case are deplorable and sickening. Saddest of all, they were made public by the suspect's decision to videotape portions of this. We hope to shield Mahogany's family and friends by withholding specific facts surrounding the investigation. However, we have determined that Mahogany was a victim of sexual assault, with murder, and kidnapping.
Her mother described Mahogany as someone full life, loved people, sometimes loved the wrong people, highlighting the complexity of trust and relationships that preceded the crime. The legal developments surrounding the case have further shaped its legacy. A Jefferson County grand jury upgraded all 8 defendants to capital murder, and prosecutors announced they will seek the death penalty for each individual due to the crime severity and premeditation. Since mid-2005, pretrial motions have been unfolding, including competency reviews, attempts to restrict evidence presentation, and defense challenges, none of which have led to convictions as of yet. Beyond courtrooms, Mahogany's story has sparked broader discussion about violence among known acquaintances, the dangers of peer betrayal, and the role of invasive digital documentation. The fact that her captors filmed the abuse helped secure arrests, but also raised questions about how social media culture enables new forms of cruelty. Activists argue that her death illustrates the urgent need to protect vulnerable individuals, especially young mothers, from exploitation, and to support justice reforms that address systemic failures. Mahogany Jackson's name remains a focal point for her community and her family. Justice for Mahogany is more than a slogan. It is a pledge that her death will not be forgotten and that accountability will be pursued relentlessly. Her story continues to shine a harsh light on violence hidden in familiar circles, while reminding others of the resilience in seeking both remembrance and justice. But there's more unfolding soon, so stay tuned. Your reactions matter. Like, subscribe, and turn on the notification button to be first with every new.
All right, y'all. So that was the story from the True Crime Diaries. If you are not subscribed to True Crime Diaries, go ahead and do that. That's where I got this video recording from, and they did a good job in giving us just a background of the case of Mahogany Jackson. So, like I said, she was 20 years old, Birmingham, Alabama. 8 of her friends decided that they wanted to sexually assault her, torture her all night, and then finally, when they were done with her, shoot her in the back of the head, leave her body under some discarded old mattresses on the side of the road. Passerbyers saw it, and they were the ones that called the police. Just a horrible, heinous crime. I'm gonna see if there's anything else I want to play for y'all about this story real quick. Like I said, we are going to be getting into some true crime. Um, we're going to be getting into some true crime on this channel. And we are going to be doing that on Thursdays. On Friday, we are going to be doing body cam. We're going to get into his channel. Let's see what it is that he has to say about the story. Okay, let's add.
Preliminary trial or whatever. These people are Giovanni Clapp, which I don't know if it's a man or a woman, Francis Harris, male, Tasia Lewis, female, Jeremiah McDowell, male, Brandon Pope, male, and Ariana Robinson, female. So we got 3 positive dudes. I don't know if Giovanni's a male or a female. And you got Tasia and Ariana Robinson. Tasia Lewis, I'm sorry. Now, details have come out, and they are disturbing. I'm gonna play you 2 video clips because one video clip has, one news story has more details that the other one didn't have, and the other one that I'm about to show you gave the motive. Now, speaking of the motive, a lot of people are saying a lot of different things. You're hearing people saying, hey, they was fighting over food stamps. Hey, the mom, started the fight and it's the mom's fault. All this different stuff from a lot of different people that weren't on the scene. So I'm going to take, what was said in court as the possible motive of what they're saying the motive was. So one thing for sure, something was stolen from this girl that set her off to where she started coming at a lot of people, and this unfortunate event happened to her. Take a look at this first video, and then we'll come back and go into the.
Now I put his video up because I do like his commentary on some of the cases. If you want to go follow him as well, I'm gonna make sure I give credit to everybody that I'm looking into. The name of his channel is the Dynamic Reason channel, and we're gonna look at what clips that he may have. But according to the video that we just watched of the breakdown from the True Crime Diaries, it appears that it was a stolen pow pow that she was going to confront them about. Okay, so and the Giovanni Clapp, that's a girl. So he was saying he didn't know if it was a girl or a man. That is a girl that she's probably LGBT girl. It looks like looking at her appearance, but yeah, it was a girl. So let's get into the video, what he's going to show us, and see
Next one.
if anything extra comes.
6 of the 8 defendants in the murder and kidnapping of 20-year-old Mahogany Jackson appeared in court today in Birmingham for a preliminary hearing. Prosecutors displayed still images from videos taken while Jackson was held against her will. ABC 3340's Gracie Johnson was in the courtroom today. And Gracie, some of the defendants' charges were reduced and even dropped.
Muriel, based on testimony and evidence that was presented during the preliminary hearing, Judge William Bell found probable cause for the defendants to be bound over for grand jury consideration. But like you said, some of the charges were reduced. Brandon Pope, Jeremiah McDowell, Francis Harris, Tasia Lewis, Giovanni Clapp, and Ariana Robinson were all in court Wednesday for the preliminary hearing. The prosecution presented graphic screenshots from videos. All of these were taken while Mahogany Jackson was held against her will before she was murdered. The photos depicted Mahogany being slapped, punched, stripped nude, and forced to perform sexual acts while held at gunpoint. Jefferson County District Attorney Danny Carr discussed the nature of the videos.
Sheer brutality, the barbaric nature of it. You can't substitute that by just still photos.
There are 8 videos total, initially brought forward to law enforcement by an acquaintance to provide copies of some of the videos and direct investigators to Jackson's body. Investigators discovered 3 additional videos late Tuesday night. All 8 of the defendants are seen in a portion of at least one of the videos. Pope, McDowell, and Harris were initially charged with 2 counts each of capital murder. Pope and McDowell's capital murder charge on the basis of rape and sodomy were dropped. Harris's 2 counts of capital murder both carried over. Lewis and Clapp were each charged with single felony murder charges and assault in the 2nd degree. Clapp's assault charge was reduced to 3rd degree assault, which is a misdemeanor. Lewis's assault charge was bound over. Robinson was present in court today, yet her felony murder charge was bound over by another judge. Judge Bell said,
like the reporters has been dropped. I hope y'all can hear me. I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi right now, but some of them have been dropped. Some of them have been reduced. And it's just sad because I don't want to play the race card. I really, really don't. However, I feel if Mahogany was a Caucasian woman, these charges would not have been dropped. And they were African American, and they are African American. The people that did that to her, and Mahogany was a Caucasian woman, these charges would not have been dropped or reduced. They would have been going steam full forward with this, okay? And y'all let me know what y'all think about it. Let's get back into the video.
that these charges can be brought back at any time by a grand jury. Live in Birmingham, Gracie Johnson.
All right, guys, that's the first video about this subject. And what this young lady went through, nobody should go through. Let's get that out the way right now. You know what I'm saying? They slapped this girl, punched her, spit on her, did all kind of heinous stuff to her. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of stuff going around about why this happened. And, who allegedly pulled the trigger on this young lady. This next video will explain a lot of that. But before I go into this video, I know a lot of families are involved. People are hurt. And we really got to call this for what it is, man. For real.
Let me just pause real quick. If y'all hear me coughing anytime throughout this video, new people, I apologize. I had a cold last week. And if y'all know anything about colds, the cough is the last thing to go. And it can sometimes be very annoying when you're trying to do day-to-day life. But I just wanted to pause and insert that because I don't want people first time here to be like, she's coughing through the whole thing, everything like that. It's because I just got over a cold, so give me some grace with that. Also, this is my very first reaction video, and so it may not be something that you're primarily used to. But as we go forward in the channel in the reaction videos and I learn certain things, then it will pick up and get better. But the point of the whole reaction video is going over the Mahogany Jackson case and getting some different perspectives. We just watched a story of the True Crime Diaries, and now we're getting into his channel and what video footage that he has found for this case. So let's get back into the video. Thank y'all for being here. Make sure y'all like, comment in the comment section what you feel about this case, if you heard about this case, and most importantly, subscribe to the reading.
This is ninja shit at its finest. The more you go into this case and look at this whole situation, the more everybody got to share blame. Should she had went through that? Hell no. But there are different avenues in which to solve conflicts. And for the sake of everybody, I think it could have been handled differently. But then again, these are young minds and they handle things the way they handle them, which is a problem nowadays out here. Take a look at this next video and then we'll come back and finish this thing up.
Tonight, new details in the death of Mahogany Jackson. 6 of the 8 suspects in court today. Thank you so much for joining us here at 6. I'm Brittany Decker.
I'm Guy Rawlings. We've been following the Mahogany Jackson case. WVTM 13's Aaron Llewellyn, live and local in Birmingham tonight, outside the Jefferson County Courthouse. A lot of the details too gruesome to talk about, Aaron.
Yeah, Guy, Brittany, the hearing today lasted for about 3 hours, and the legal teams went through the details of what led up to Mahogany Jackson's death and even uncovered some new details about her final moments. And some of it was too unbearable for her family to hear. Now, today we know that the defense attorneys claim that Jackson was at one of the suspects' house, Brandon Pope, and questioned him about a gun that she says was stolen and money that was also stolen from her purse at some point throughout the day. She even made him strip to prove he didn't have it. Now, Pope told Harris to do something to her because she made him strip. Now, the detectives working the case say Jackson was assaulted multiple times throughout the time she was being held against her will. Now, both Jackson and some of the suspects' families were in the courtroom today for the detailed hearing, some of it becoming emotional. Now, District Attorney Danny Carr says her family might be disappointed some of the charges were reduced or thrown out, but they're one step closer to justice.
They understand the circumstances, but they also appreciate what we have in front of us, and they understand that this is a marathon and not a sprint. There's still a lot of work ahead of us, and we'll be there with them every step of the way and make sure that there's accountability.
Now, later in the day before Jackson died, she was put in Harris's car, and he, Pope, and McDowell took her to clean Harris's car out. Even though the defense claims Harris said they were taking her back to her house, that's when Harris is accused of pulling the trigger and shooting Jackson in the back of the head. Now, District Attorney Danny Carr calls this one of the most gruesome murders he's ever seen.
Since I've been in this office, I've had some, yes. Some of y'all maybe, I was young too at the time, but the Thanksgiving homicide at the Airport Inn Hotel with 3
Now
people.
they are, I believe, they are seeking the death penalty. Now the trial has not gone forward yet. I think I gotta look, of course, the updates, but they are seeking a death penalty for all 8 of these individuals that were involved in her death. Okay, and so like I said before, she was 20 years old, Birmingham, Alabama, young mother. They took her, kidnapped her, held her hostage in these apartments. They did the most gruesome acts to her, sexual acts to her, tortured her for hours, and then unalived her in the back of the head and threw her body under some mattresses. Just disgusting. And so from these clips that we saw so far, I don't understand how the charges are being lessened or dropped a little bit because of what happened to her, which was so heinous. All of them need to be able to do some time, not some time, a lot of time. Now, I myself do not agree with the death penalty. However, I do believe that they need to have life in jail for what they did. And it's sad because all of them are in their 20s, very young. And I don't understand who are the influences in these kids' lives. Where are their parents at? There's a different way. You can choose another path. You don't have to go this route in this way. And it's just horrible that this all played out like this. And we're losing a lot of our young adults due to the fact that they want to live this ghetto fabulous lifestyle. Let's get back into the video footage that was given.
Yeah, I put in a hotel on Thanksgiving morning. I actually handled that case and tried it myself. That was a very brutal case. This one, unlike that one, the brutality kind of played itself out in real time because there's a video involved.
Now, this case is still being investigated, so new details could emerge in the coming days. And the things that are still being investigated are rape kits and ballistic results. Now, the 2 other suspects in this case are expected to be back in court for the same hearing on Monday. For now, we're live in Birmingham. Aaron Llewellyn, WVTM 13.
All right, you seen what they said the motive was. Falls in line with a lot of stuff that people was talking about, but the thing that's so supposedly stolen was a gun and money. Some people said other things because when I first did this story, the way the media had it was something was stolen out of her house. Maybe it was stolen out of her house, but now they're saying something, guns and money, was stolen out of her purse. I want you to listen in particular to how this whole thing seems to have went down according to what they've said in court. She confronted this dude, Pope, made him strip because she didn't believe.
Okay, so he's getting into the details of what they say went down. Now, if you look at the dude Pope, how big he is, the dude got a lazy eye going on. He look a little unhinged. Look at how little she is. Now they're claiming that she made the dude Pope strip because he had some money of hers, possibly, and a pow of hers, and so she made him strip. But let's get into what this man is saying from his channel about the details.
She thought he was the one that had money. After that, he got mad after that whole ordeal was over. One goddamn chaos ensues. Now, I said earlier in my video, the other video I did, why do all of these people got to jump on this girl? A lot of different things turn a fight against one person against a fight against many. And a lot of people want to get involved. Negative spirits get to moving around. People start getting involved. Somebody don't like what somebody said to them, so off and so forth. But either way, this should have never had happened.
Right.
But look at how big this dude is.
Right.
Pope, that's a big dude. He the biggest one of all of them. And she came up and confronted him about a stolen gun and money.
Mm-hmm.
Seemed fair enough if it was stolen from her. But key point, she made him strip. Mm-hmm. You see how small Mahogany Jackson is compared to him. Mm-hmm. These are street folk, you know what I mean? Doing street stuff. Mm-hmm. I guarantee you when she confronted him, she had something on her that made a grown man strip.
And that's a good point. Oh man.
Yesterday.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Are rape kits and
I am sorry, y'all.
Seems to have went down according to what they've said. That had money. After that,
hold on, y'all.
My video, the other video I did, spirits get to moving around. People start getting involved. Somebody don't like what somebody said to them. See, everybody had different avenues of how.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Because ain't no friend of mine gonna come up to me. You stole something. No, I didn't. Take off all your clothes. That made a grown man strip.
Okay, that's where we was. So he made a good point, y'all. I'm sorry, I had hit the thing and it went all the way back to the beginning. He made a good point. Like, what is it that she had on him that made this big old grown man strip down to, his clothes to prove to her that he didn't have nothing? See, now this was terrible, very terrible. But like he said, the guy that's talking right now, these are some hood street people. And Mahogany is a part of that. Okay. She probably was out in them streets. They probably was doing a bunch of reckless things, and not excusing that she deserved to lose her life, but just saying that you live by the sword, you die by the sword, right? She was looking for money in a pow. So meaning that she was a certain type of chick. See, it's like we can excuse the fact that when you hang around a certain amount of people and surround yourself around a certain amount of situations, you end up unfortunately succumbing to what you hang around. Okay, so let's get into what it is that he has to say further about it.
Y'all agree or disagree? Because ain't no friend of mine gonna come up to me. You stole something. No, I didn't. Take off all your clothes. Strip. I'm gonna tell her to get the F out of here. How about you? She had to have something, and she knows he's a man, a big man at that. She had to have something that was convincing for him to bend to her will. After that, word got out. Everybody got riled up. The natives got restless. The manhunt or the woman hunt is on. I'm sure he know who took the stuff if they all hang around each other. Sure he did. Let's see this whole ride or die thing, no matter what. and got them caught up. Everything she went through, they need to go through. But we got to be.
And excuse me, y'all. Another good point. The guy that she made strip, claiming Brandon Pope, that he had what she was looking for. All of that friend circle, some of them know what she was looking for, where it was at. And I believe that maybe they felt like what she did to him was so humiliating that they had more loyalty to him than they did to her. And they all decided to gang up on her and do this.
Be honest, everybody played a part in this. Everybody played a part. Should it happen to her? No. Should she have been victimized? Hell no. But then again, sometimes, things that you'll never recover can be the very thing that make you leave people alone. See, everybody had different avenues of how this thing could have been resolved. I've seen videos of them fighting on separate occasions, different places. She's at their house or one of the people's house, going back and forth. If you got to fight with friends, they ain't your friends. Where you physically got to fight as a grown up? No, you don't. It's a tragedy what happened to her. It is. And they all need to be held accountable. But I mean, this stuff right here is just crazy. I've never seen so many adults nowadays fighting like teenagers in the street. We'll keep up with the updates. Another thing before I leave out of here, I want you to pay attention. They said it was 8 different videos that are out there. 8 different videos, guys. So out of all of that fighting and crazy stuff and dehumanization of this girl, somebody had enough calmness, eagerness, and evil in their heart to push play at least 8 times.
And that's the unfortunate thing about the generation that we're living in, right? The unfortunate thing is that we are a part of this generation who are clicks and views, clicks and views, clicks and views. Someone can literally be getting unalived and need help, and people will stand there with their phone and keep recording it because they want to post it for some viral moment for some clicks and views. And that's the unfortunate thing, for real.
Whether it's on the same phone or separate phones. They all were of like mind, evil, with evil intent.
All right, y'all. So I'm gonna stop sharing this. I am going to see if I can find last thing before we get off of here. Thank y'all for joining me. I'm gonna see if I can find a Mahogany Jackson video of her. I doubt that they would have it on here. I'm not sure. I don't know if they would have a video on here of or a clip on here of what they did to her. I doubt it. I doubt it. Let me see what this is. Hold on, y'all. This is disgusting. I don't know who this person is, but that's not who I'm looking for at all. All right, y'all. So I'm not looking at that. All right, y'all. So that's all I want to share with y'all about this heinous, crazy story, just sad story of what they did to Mahogany Jackson. I was trying to see if I could find any clips of what they had did. I doubt that there are any clips out there. Again, this is my first reaction video, and so I'm excited about that I was able to bring that to you all. Now we are going to be doing on Thursday true crime reaction videos, and on Friday we are going to do body cam reaction videos. All right. Now, if I divvy from the reaction videos, it may be something that's interesting that I wanted to bring to y'all outside of the timeline. But the reaction video days are going to be Thursday and Friday. So as I move further along in understanding the flow of a reaction video, it will become you all will pick it up more and love it absolutely more. Okay. But I'm new into it, and I am going step by step into it, and I just want to bring y'all this case. I'm very sad. If it's your first time being here with me, shout out to the replay gang. Go ahead and like this video, comment in the comment section if you heard about this story, even if you're from Birmingham, what happened with this story, because it is a year old, and but they are still dealing with this case. I don't think they have charged them yet, as far as their sentencing. They've charged them but haven't handed down their sentencing. So go ahead and drop in the comments what y'all think their sentence should be. If y'all heard about the case, if y'all like the reaction video, let me know that. Give me positive. I take positive and non-positive feedback. So let me know those things. Shout out to True Crime Diaries. And I'm going to also link the guy's channel where I got the information from for the other videos, okay? Because I want to give everyone credit where credit is due, okay? So when I go ahead and finish editing my whole thumbnail, I'm going to make sure that his page is also linked in the comments if you want to go and subscribe and watch his channel. Excuse me. I hope the next time we meet that this cough is really, really gone, so that y'all don't have to hear me in between the videos. But at any rate, thank y'all for being here. We are almost at 1K subscribers. Go ahead, if you have not done so already, subscribe to the channel. You would not regret it. We have a great time over here. And I am going to talk to you all later. I love y'all so much, and may y'all have a happy and blessed Thursday. Bye.